So I'm not gonna do a favorites video this month. So I figured there was like a ton of stuff that I've tried that either hasn't made it into videos or like that I just want to talk about. So we're doing that today, but we're doing it like speed. Like I don't want to dilly-dally. I'm just gonna like breeze on through it if I have the ability to do that because I talk a lot. So this is in no particular like order, but there is one collection that I'm going to talk about as a whole. So yeah, that's it. My name is Allie. Thank you so much for watching. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to talk about a perfume first. I bought the Replica Lazy Sunday Morning perfume. I bought the full size. I love Replica by the Fireplace, but I found that it wasn't lasting very long. So I talked to this incredible woman at Sephora who explained to me how to wear an eau de parfum versus eau de toilette. See, I knew that I was going to talk a lot, so I need to hurry up. But she said when you have something like an eau de parfum or an eau de toilette, what you do is it requires more sprays, but you need to put a lotion down wherever you're applying it when you're applying it directly to the skin. So it helps it sink into the skin more. You don't have to do that with eau de parfums because they have oils in them. And then you want to spray it on your clothes. And because these don't have oils, it's not going to ruin your clothes. So that's what I've been doing with this. I've only had this a month and I've used quite a bit of it. It's a very clean, but like peppery scent. It pairs amazingly with By the Fireplace. Because of this, I've become a huge fan of Replica perfumes. I really love perfume in general. I love scents. I love to smell good. So this is just like, I love that they reproduce moments in time. Like I just think that that's so nice. It describes it as soft skin and bed linen. And I think that that's like a very on point scent. I want to buy Coffee Break, but I need to chill because I have so many scents to go through and yeah, I don't need to like buy anymore. So I have more scents that I'll talk about later. Okay, that's better. So next, let's get a few of the makeup bits out of the way. I have a couple of mascaras that I wanted to talk about, one that I like and one that I don't. The one that I don't like is the Pat McGrath Labs Fetish Eyes Mascara. People talked about this to the ends of the earth. So I was really excited to try this and I don't understand. It provides volume, but I find that my lashes fall so fast when I wear this. I find that it flakes and I don't have an issue with like flaking or smudging, but this flakes and smudges. It gets in my eyes. Like I'll find little flecks of mascara like in my eyeballs in the middle of the day. So I don't like this. I think Maybelline mascaras beat this a million times over. So rather than wasting your money on I think this is like a $25 mascara, just get a Maybelline mascara. So the one that I do like is actually really surprising. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous, but this is in the burgundy shade. Now, I did not think that I would be a fan of a mascara like this. It's a deep, rich burgundy color. It looks so good if you have blue eyes. And it obviously doesn't give the same effect as a black mascara, but I find that it just looks so pretty with like a taupey glittery eye or like a mauvey glittery eye or something. My cat's meowing. It's like his after dinner song. It's fine. He's okay. I realized I don't think I've ever talked about this, so I wanted to just throw this out there as like something to try if maybe you're not into black mascara and you want to try something a little bit more subtle, especially for like work and stuff. I wear this a lot for work. So, and it just adds something a little bit different to the eyes. So yeah, I don't know. I've never been a fan of like brown or colored mascaras, but this really surprised me. I can definitely see myself repurchasing this, which is just like shocking. I've used a lot of it. I can feel it. So yeah, I don't think I would like this formula in a black mascara, but this color is just wonderful. I wanted to try more of the Jen Atkins and e.l.f. collection, but I just decided not to because there was just nothing that I really needed. But I did buy that little pack that had the brush, the brow gel, and the eyeliner. And the only reason I bought it was for the brow gel. I've already talked about the brow gel, but this eyeliner threw me for a loop. I haven't tight lined in years because I've never found an eyeliner that gives me the look that I want. And that look is a black eyeliner that stays in your waterline all day long, but that you can still smudge and work with. And this eyeliner provides that. Like, this is one of the nicest drugstore slash high-end eyeliners I've tried in so long. If you can still get this in your store, yes, run, don't walk to pick this up because it's so nice. It says 0 effort and it means it. It's such a good eyeliner. I have a look using it that I'll put up here so that you can see it. So good. So good. So I'm wearing this gloss today. This is the Ulta Beauty Jelly Gloss Lip Gel. I have no idea what shade this is because there is no shade name on it. But this is just a really nice, it's a pretty standard lip gloss. I don't wear a whole lot of lip gloss these days, obviously, because we wear masks, but this is something nice like to throw on right before I film or something like that. And it's just a really nice color. This will look really good with lip filler. So just saying, because I didn't line my lips or anything today. But yeah, it has little flecks of gold in it. It's a really nice formula. I really like it. It is one of those like squeezy tubes, so like if you're not into that, you won't like this, but I like it. It's cheap. I think this is like $4, so very nice. I want to go ahead and talk about the collection that I was going to talk about. So I have the entire Sailor Moon collection, and for the most part, it's a hit. I want to talk about the things that I love about it first. I bought this palette when it first released, so that's why it looks like it has a ton of use. I'm wearing it today. I know a lot of people said that they didn't like this palette. I like it. I think all the shades are nice. All of the shades look good on the eyes. And there was a really big, like, people were very critical and said that like they wish that they would have done more with like all of the sailors, like they would have included colors that like Sailor Mars or Sailor Jupiter would use or blah blah. But then it wouldn't be a Sailor Moon collection. It would be like a Pretty Guardians collection. So I think that this palette like embodies Usagi personally, as someone that has watched Sailor Moon like since they were a kid. Every single shade in here, I'm like, I can see Usagi wearing this. Like, it's chaotic, just like the inner workings of her mind. It's cute. It's kitschy. I like it. I think like the first row is really good for like an everyday. So like this would be like Usagi going to work or going to school. And then you have these where it's like Usagi going out, and then the chaos of all the colors. I just think it's nice. I think it's a nice palette. I have nothing bad to say about the palette. I now have 2, which is perfect because I'm about to hit pan on this shade and it's one of my favorite shades. I also love the blushes from the Moon and Cat's Eye. I do think that they are kind of similar, but I find that when you have them on the cheeks, they do look different. From the Moon is a really bright pink. And this can be built up so it could work for multiple skin tones. I don't have a pink like this, so I think that's one of the reasons I really like this color. And I've only used it once. You can wear these on the eyes as well, which I have done. So I do like that, and I obviously like the packaging of all of it. That's why I wanted it so desperately. And then there is Cat's Eye. Maybe I should have swatched these. Maybe I will. So Cat's Eye, it's not as bright and it has some shimmer in it. So let me put these side by side just so that you can kind of see what I'm talking about when I say that they're kind of same but different. I think they're different enough to be in the same collection. And I think that was like a big critique. And I do have something else in the collection that I do wish they would have done something different. Those are the blushes side by side, and I don't know if you can tell, they look completely different on the cheeks. So that's kind of my thing. If they look completely different, then I'm cool with it. So I think the blushes, like, you have something to gain by having both of them. But obviously if there's one that you like more, then like get the one you like more, you know? But the ones I have an issue with are the lip products. I have a bone to pick with ColourPop for these lip products. You have Moonlight and you have Daylight. And I was led to believe, because of the shade names, that these were different shades. So I opened them up and you have Moonlight, which is this like, you have a gloss and you have a blotted lip. And I love the colors, and I especially love the color on. It's a really, really pretty like fuchsia pink, but it doesn't come off as bright when you actually like have it on the lips. I hate their glossy lip component, I do have to say, but that's what the lips look like. Great. I think that they're pretty. They look pretty on the lips. But then you look at daylight, and this is where I have an issue. Are you trying to tell me that these are not the same? Like, am I crazy? Have I lost my mind? Because to me, once they dry down, they look exactly the same. And they're an ultra blotted lip and a lip gloss with a better applicator, to be honest. But like, you're trying to tell me that those aren't the same color? Like, hello? They look exactly the same on the lips. So like, that's where I'm kind of like, if you're gonna have something that you sell, if you had this and like you weren't selling it as a collection, fine. But you're selling this as a whole collection and these look almost exactly the same. So this is where my issue with the collection started, was these lipsticks. And to be fair, I like them. I like the formula. I like the way that they look, but I just wish that I had gotten 2 different lip kits. And then the body glitters. So I know that there's people that will probably say that you can put these on your eyes even if they're not eye safe. I have done that, and while I did turn out okay, I washed the rag that I take my makeup off with, and this glitter, I'm still finding it around the house. I do not recommend putting this on the eyes, which stinks because it's so pretty. It's such a pretty glitter, but like, when and where am I going to wear body glitter? Maybe to a concert, like whenever that happens again, like maybe someday, but like, I'm not a raver, so I'm not gonna wear this to like a rave. So it just stinks. Like, I wish these would have been like Super Shocks or something, because they're gorgeous colors, but they're just like of no use to me. So that did kind of stink. So as a whole cohesive collection, you know, what I would change, I would get rid of these stupid body glitters and make the lip products different. But overall, I think it's worth it, even if you just want the palette and the blushes, and then if you like the lipsticks. So I was gonna do a whole video on this, but like, there's so many videos out and this is the second run of it, so I didn't think it deserved its own video, but I still wanted to talk about it. I actually included the Sailor Moon palette in my yearly favorites last year, so I really, really love the palette. So if anything's worth picking up, it's definitely that. Let's talk about a few more scents, because me and my friend decided we got this Clean Reserve set that you can buy, and it's all their scents and travel sprays. So during the Sephora VIB sale, we just decided to split it because it just so happened he liked 3 of them and I liked 3 of them. So the scents that I have are Warm Cotton, Radiant Nectar, and Lush Floor. These are so nice. They're eau de parfum, so they last all day. They're made to mix and match with one another. My favorite 2 together and alone are Radiant Nectar and Lush Floor. And actually, there was a scent by Marc Jacobs called Daisy Honey that I wore on my wedding day, and my cat broke the bottle, so you can't buy it anymore, so I lost that scent forever. But if you mix Lush Floor and Radiant Nectar, it smells exactly like Marc Jacobs Honey, Daisy Honey. So I'm happy just from that. I would definitely buy these 2 in a full size, but I probably would not repurchase Warm Cotton, specifically because I like the smell of Laundry Day or Lazy Sunday morning more than I like Warm Cotton. It does smell exactly like you would think it smells, like Warm Cotton. And the Lush Floor does not smell like a floral that you imagine. It's like a deeper, muskier floral. And then Radiant Nectar is not a true sweet. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's sweet but musky. All of these are unisex, so that's kind of why they don't lean more towards like the rose family or like the overly sweet candy smell. They're all meant for whoever wants to wear them. So I love these. I will definitely purchase a full size when I'm out of them, and they last forever. Let's talk about Nabla, because I ended up buying 2 of their palettes during the Ulta Beauty sale. I bought Poison Garden and I bought the Cutie palette. Now, I like the Cutie palette. This is definitely a color palette that I enjoy. Is it my favorite palette ever? No. But the colors are rich, the shimmers are nice, and you can get a full look out of this. So I definitely like it, but it's not going to be like a favorite, like an all-time favorite as of right now. But the Poison Garden palette, I was really nervous about this because this got some like scathing reviews, and I find this palette delightful to use. All of the mattes are those type of mattes that you can just like kind of throw on the eyes as like a one eyeshadow look. But then you have these shimmers. That Rosita shade and the shade Fabric go amazing with that mascara that I was talking about. These are just so nice. It's such a fun palette, but it's also good for every day. I love it. Yeah, I'm like not gonna shit talk this. They blend fine. The shimmers look amazing on the eyes. I had no issues with this palette, so I'm not saying that the reviews were wrong. I'm just saying that to me, this was an excellent palette. So highly recommend. I think those are all the palettes I have to talk about. Now it's like mostly cheek products and foundation, and I just have too much. This is just too much. So super quick, the Kaja Mochi Pop. I feel like I've talked about this, but I've changed my mind about it, so I wanted to like just mention that I now love this blush. I'm not wearing it today. I'm wearing a different blush today, but I didn't like this blush when I initially got it. I was like, this is not a tone that I'm really into. This isn't a formula I'm really into, but it's actually really, really sheer, and it gives you that kind of like, I just went outside in the winter type of look to the cheeks that I really, really like. And it's not a true powder, so I like to use it with like a stippling brush, like a thicker, more packed brush. But I really do like these. You can get these at TJ Maxx for like $5, so I recommend trying that. This is in the shade Atmosphere. I recommend doing that before running off to Sephora to get it, but I really, really like it, and it does feel like that bouncy texture. So just wanted to mention this because I have changed my mind about it. Something else I've changed my mind about are these concealers. I think Milani reformulated their Conceal and Perfect concealers because I used to love these, but I tried them recently and they just did not look good under my eyes. They were really, really dry and really hard to blend. Part of that could be that I now have dry skin where I used to have oily skin. I don't know, but I just wanted to throw that out there because I used to love these and I used to rave about them, and now I'm just not into them. So I always like to have that caveat out there in the world because I would hate for someone to buy something, even if it's just one person that buys something because I said I liked it. I think that they've changed the formula on these, which is so disappointing. My favorite concealer right now is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer, which I mentioned in like my all-time favorites video, and I can't foresee anything really topping that concealer, and so I'd rather just pay the extra money and only have one concealer as opposed to like just keeping something, you know, for the sake of having a drugstore alternative. I'm going to talk about a couple cheek products that are highly raved about and I'm just now trying them. So I finally tried the Hula Light. I used to use Hula, but I found that Hula is a bit too dark for me. So I love this. I love Hula Light. I think if you find that, I can't even like swatch it because it's so light when you swatch it, but I do layer this up a lot. Like I pack this on. I don't think, if I'm even like a touch tanner, I can't wear this. So I don't think I'll be able to wear this during the summertime. But during the winter, I like a bronzer that's just effortless. Like I can just slap it on and I don't have to worry. And while I love the Marc Jacobs bronzer, which is what I'm wearing today, I've noticed that I have to worry about that because it's so dark. So this is just a really nice bronzer to have in your collection if you are super, super pale. And it's a neutral tone bronzer. It's not too warm and not too cool. One that I'm late on the bandwagon for is Cookie. And this has become probably my favorite highlight of all time. I think I also talked about, actually I shouldn't be talking about this because I think I talked about it in my all-time favorite makeup products. So I'm going to stop talking about it. It's really good. I love it. I'm going to talk quickly about a few products that I hate. I do not like the Anastasia brow pen. I don't know if I just don't like brow pens in general, but I hate this product. It is so hard to use. It's so finicky. I don't look like Katie Jane Hughes when I do my brows. It does not give me that result. I think the brush is too thick. I don't know. I'm not interested in brow pens. I like my Anastasia Brow Wiz. It's the only brow product I will be using from here on out. I just don't like it. This is not good. So I would not recommend it or repurchase it. And then I also wanted to try the e.l.f. Putty primer, the eye primer, because I've been using the LA Girl one forever. So I was like, maybe there's something else out there. I don't know why I thought this, because I love the LA Girl one. I heard someone in Ulta like talking bad about it because someone asked for an eye primer and they were asking about that one, and she was like, oh, I don't recommend that one. That one's not good. And she recommended this instead. So I don't know if that got in my head, even though I love the LA Girl eye primer. This is just, it's so chalky and so sticky. I just don't like it. It's not a good eye primer. I think if you're gonna try to find something at the drugstore, the LA Girl eye primer is so much better. It blends beautifully, blends with your finger, blends with the brush. I love it so much. I refuse to let anyone else get in my head about it because that eyeshadow primer is excellent. So don't let anyone talk shit about it because it's so, so good. And it's like $3 and it lasts forever. So if you're trying to make the transition from concealer to eyeshadow primer, the LA Girl one is the best without a doubt. I have two skin tints to talk about. The one I'm wearing today is the Jane Iredale Dream tint. This is really good, but it cannot be layered. I like to put it on with my fingers. That's the best way to apply it. But it is a sheer coverage tinted moisturizer and nothing is going to change that about it. The way that I bump up the coverage is by using the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer to cover my under eyes and my blemishes, and then I go in with the L'Oreal Powder Foundation to set my face. Doing that, it's like the combo from heaven. And it's kind of the same with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Tinted Moisturizer, except I do feel like this can be layered, but it can never be layered beyond like light medium coverage. So if you're looking for a true tinted moisturizer that you can just slap on, it's going to give you sheer coverage, sheer to light, maybe medium. Both of these are really good. The Pretty Fresh one is obviously less expensive, but the Jane Iredale is a touch more matte and it has like a whipped texture. So it's kind of just like whatever you think will work best for you. Both of them are great products. Both of them I recommend, and both of them I've really enjoyed. They hold up during the day even while wearing a mask. And they both can be set with powder and setting spray and all that stuff. So it's kind of whatever you're looking for. It's pick your own adventure. So that's what I have to say about these two. And in terms of highlight, I guess I did have another highlight in here. The RMS Living Luminizer, why did no one tell me that this was so good? I love this so much, especially with the tinted moisturizer. It operates very similarly to a face gloss. So like if you're not into that, you won't like it. My hair does stick to it, but I enjoy wearing this in combination with this. The Cover FX Monochromatic Blush Duo in Soft Peach. That's what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. So I'll put the RMS Living Luminizer, then I'll put the matte blush underneath of it, and then I'll take the shimmery blush and just kind of buff it all over, even over top of the highlight. And I think the look of that is just like chef's kiss beautiful. I don't think it can get much better. So 10 out of 10 recommend this in every color. 10 out of 10 recommend this if you like cream products. So both of those were winners, and they were actually surprising because they were things that I wasn't sure if I would actually enjoy. And then this is an old favorite, so I'm not going to talk about it because I probably have talked about this in old videos. It's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Face Primer. This is a perfect dupe for the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothing Priming Moisturizer. Perfect. I apply this with a beauty blender. It looks gorgeous under any type of foundation. So yeah, I've talked about that in other videos, but I wanted to mention that I'm using that again. Okay, I only have a few more things to talk about. I knew this would be a long video, but I think I'm getting through it pretty fast. Okay, I've never tried Ofra lip glosses until now. I have the shade Golden Rose, and I think it's really, really pretty. I mean, I feel like glosses, like, maybe I've just tried all the right ones, but I feel like there's not a whole lot that distinguishes one gloss from another. This one is much thinner than the Ulta Beauty one, but I like the look it gives. So, I mean, I recommend, I don't know. I feel like glosses are tough, you know? The last makeup product I wanted to talk about is the Flower Beauty Pop Fanatic Eye Pigment. I want to talk about these, but there is a caveat with it. So I absolutely love this. I will post a picture of me wearing it. These are so cool. Okay, so it is a gel, bright pink or bright colored eye paint. And so it looks really cool. It's super pigmented, but these do not set down. This is not something you want to use if you're going to be running around all day, or if you're gonna be running errands or sweating, or if you're going to be like even at work all day where your makeup is gonna smudge, because these don't set down. Even when they're blended out, I do find that they work better like washed all over and blended out a little bit, but even then they're still gonna crease and they're not gonna set down. But I think that there's a time and a place for that, so I don't necessarily mind it. I still think that this is a really, really cool formula. I can wear it as an eyeliner, I can wear it as an eyeshadow, and create a really cool look with it. So it's all about what you want out of your makeup, and I know that some people would rather have something a bit more long wearing, but if you're gonna have long wearing, then you're gonna miss out on some of this pigment, so it's kind of like the trade-off, right? So I really like it. You can set this with other powder products. I just don't find that even with that does it set down very well. So I still recommend it if you're into like creating cool looks with stuff like this, but like just keep in mind that like, you know, it's probably gonna smudge. That's just the reality. Lastly, I'm still on a nail journey, so like I don't want to speak too long and too hard about this, but I did try the Ella and Mila, the base coat and the fast drying top coat, and I just think on their own, I'm not a big fan of them. When I layer Holo Taco with the ultra dry, I like it, but I just have not found a nail combo that lasts more than a couple of days. If you know of one, please let me know, because this came very highly recommended and I just found that it was the same. It was just another run-of-the-mill nail product that shipped in a few days. So if anyone has any advice, please let me know, because I'm looking for a base and top coat and possibly even a nail product. If I could find one that lasts a week, I would love it. I've tried the Essie Gel Couture. Those are fine, but I still don't find that they last as long as I want to. So please let me know what I'm missing, because I can't seem to find a product that lasts. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe before you leave. Like I said, I'm not doing a favorites this month. This kind of like wraps up everything that I haven't talked about so we can start fresh next month. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.